they're good enough to keep their head above water here for.
With
Yeah,
Holmberg,
that's underselling it for sure.
with Holmberg, with Robertson, with McMahon when he's back, with all of these guys.
So don't take for granted, Leaf Nation, how good your good players are. When we said what we just said about Holmberg and Robertson, they are, by points percentage, the best team in the Atlantic right now. You know, with 6 injuries, with Holmberg in the top 6.
Passengers out there.
Yeah, with some guys that, like, you could fix that tomorrow if you wanted to, you know? So it's just a real testament to how good their good players are.
And they will get healthy. So do you want to start with the injuries or the guys that may be coming back?
Well, we should.
Let's
I think
finish off on the game and Wall.
Yeah,
Do you wanna do
I think
that?
we should
Just-
probably do a minute on Wall here.
Okay.
On
What did
Saturday
you think of the Lightning getting back in the game? What did you chalk that up to?
Too little, too late. The game was decided.
Totally agree.
And not a real big worry for me.
Not the same
And
level of urgency.
Look at the goals that went in that went off a skate and
Totally agree.
And
Totally.
I'm not hanging that on Joseph Wall
Playing the scoreboard, couple get banked in.
being
and an offensive penalty call on Oliver Ekman
You
Larsson.
hated that one?
Oh my God! Like I don't know if the refs watching the game. Sorry to do this, but
Who's watching the game?
like they're standing there. These two guys are
it's
having
almost-
a war in front of the net.
I think he missed maybe the very first cross check, and it was like a makeup for the one I missed. Maybe.
But so
You don't watch the game very well?
bingo. But it was Gensel he was battling with in front of the net. Gave him a hard slash, lower the leg before. They're battling in front. He gives him a little shot, and then Sorelli gives for him to pick Oliver Ekman Larsson at that spot of the game. They've been fighting
This
all
is
night.
cross-checking.
I couldn't believe they called that. It was such
It's like the definition of hockey, right? You're late game fighting for ice.
hero call by the ref. He's like, I haven't made a call. I got to insert myself here. I just hate when they do that. Anyways, I agree with you on that.
But other than that, like stellar,
Good game.
stellar.
Yeah.
The breakaway, all of it. Key saves at the right time.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say what you will about No Kucherov or Nick Paul. Those are key guys for sure.
Yeah.
And it's a different feel with them in it. But overall, they did what they were supposed to do, and that's at the very least come out of the state of Florida with a split.
Yep. And Joseph Woll's last 5 games now, 5-0-0, 1.79 goals against, and a .939 save percentage. He's humming. So he's found his game a little bit. Let's listen to Coach Craig Berube in clip 4 on Joseph Woll.
He was solid all game. Had to make some real good saves, especially in the third. I thought he made some great saves. And their power play, was that in the second period, I thought? Yeah, he made some good saves there too. So, he was solid. Very good.
Just make good saves. That's Berube's coaching philosophy when it comes to goaltending.
Yeah.
Make good saves.
All right,
Very
let's
simple.
So, just to finish off the goaltending thing, just they're both going to play a ton here. There's no reason
Tons
to
of
really.
hockey.
There's no real reason to.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Read into anything. In
No,
terms
it's
of-
too early.
Okay.
It's just too early.
All good.
The mere fact that they're both going at the same time means that it doesn't really matter.
No, it's the difference between last season and this year. Right now, they're a .910 save percentage combined. Last year, this time, they're an .893, and there's the standings difference.
893.
Yeah, they got no help. last year,
Oh
man.
my.
Yeah.
Okay, let's focus on the latest injury update. No Jake McCabe tonight. He took a shot towards the back of the head, ear area Saturday night. Only ended up with 11 plus minutes. Never returned. Sounds like it's not serious. He will miss tonight.
They're
Philip-
calling it precautionary.
You want to hear the update from the coach?
Yeah, Philip Myers will be in tonight. Let's get an update from Craig Berube.
Clip 5.
Jake is day-to-day, but I think he'll be fine. Just a little precautionary tonight, but he should be good. But he's not in tonight. And Hakanpää is on IR.
Hakanpää is on IR.
He's on ISLAND. He's on Robot Island. He's gone.
And Mark Masters
No, he's
asked,
not going.
he has to follow up being like, is it a knee thing? He's like, yeah.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Basically, he's like, yeah. The old Steve Simmons bone on bone may have been right.
This was a roll of the dice right from the get-go.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on that decision? Here's the question mark. It's $1.4 million.
Yeah. I mentioned that to you guys upstairs.
Yeah.
I don't really get the 1.4 they had to give him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many teams were racing out there to sign him. If I'm jamming down everyone's throat the minimum contract of $850, how does a guy with no knee get 1.4?
I don't know.
Good agent.
Great agent. I would like more than that. On what basis? I would like more. All right.
Here it is.
So I don't believe that this is the last we'll ever hear of him again, but for him to legitimately be a guy that they can go to in April, he has to get in games.
Yeah, Kip, he got to play
Gotta
run
play.
of a month. Like,
No.
he's got to play 35 games where he plays 3 weeks in a row, not hurt.
Yeah, if this guy's playing 15 games this year, I don't know how you can go to him in April.
I got to tell you, when Simone
don't.
Benoit plays well, I really like him.
Yeah.
Like when he
He was really good Saturday night.
really good. He's skating again. He's finishing his checks, getting physical and competitive.
No one's going through along the wall past him.
He loves that. He loves to smunch guys
Yes,
over there.
he
So
does.
great. Like that's what Hakanpää's supposed to do. And Berube seems to really like Timmins, so off we go. Why don't we get a coach's thoughts on Myers going? And this is a kind of a different one. He's been with the team all year, just practicing. So let's get a Philippe Myers clip 7.
I think just, he hasn't played for a while since the Boston game in Boston, but, he's practiced well and he works extremely hard. So just keep it simple with him. Like, he's a big guy, he can move well, be physical, defend well. He's playing with Morgan Riley, and, Morgan can move the puck, and just play your game. That's his game. It's simple. You don't have to complicate it. He's got a good shot. Let's use it tonight. We get opportunities in the offensive zone. He should be ripping pucks.
There you go.
Love that.
He's
Love that.
had
Ripping pucks.
Yeah.
Myers has had good success, in different places in his career, and just
Philly,
seems
right?
like even before that, I think Nashville,
Yeah.
where it was looking good there for a while, and then it kind of falls off, and then they quit on him.
Mm-hmm.
The Toronto Maple Leafs may be taking a new approach to salary management, which could directly impact Mitch Marner's contract negotiations. During Kyle Dubas' tenure as general manager, the team didn't hesitate to spend heavily, and this trend began with a 6-year extension signed by Marner in 2019. At the time, Marner's $10.9 million annual cap hit set the market for superstar wingers, surpassing comparable players like Mikko Rantanen of the Colorado Avalanche, who signed a 6-year deal with a $9.25 million annual cap hit. Now, however, times seem to be changing. TSN's Pierre LeBrun recently reported that the Maple Leafs have implemented an internal salary cap, aiming to ensure no player earns more than captain Austin Matthews, who signed a 4-year extension worth $13.25 million per season in August 2023. The team's primary concern revolves around Marner's agent, Darren Ferris, who, according to LeBrun, might push for a percentage of the total salary cap instead of a fixed dollar amount. This could result in Marner's cap hit exceeding Matthews' $13.25 million, conflicting with the Leafs' new financial strategy. Ferris is known for driving negotiations to the limit, often taking his clients to free agency. This raises fears that discussions between Marner and the Leafs could drag on until July 1st, giving Marner and his camp all the leverage in negotiations. Another complicating factor is the rising market. LeBrun noted that Mikko Rantanen believes he could secure $14 million per season as a free agent. This sparks the question, could Marner demand even more? And would Ferris take that gamble, knowing the Leafs might opt to move on and sign another player? Marner has made it clear on multiple occasions that Toronto is where he wants to be. As a local player with deep ties to the city, he's expressed his desire to spend his entire career wearing the blue and white of the Leafs. However, staying with the team may require him to accept less than market value, especially if the front office remains committed to its new salary structure. Such a sacrifice could be vital for the team's collective success and to avoid financial issues that have plagued the recent past. While negotiations are still in the early stages, it's evident that Marner's future with the Leafs is at stake. Maple Leafs fans may need to prepare for the possibility of significant changes, but they can also trust in the player's commitment to the city and the franchise to find a compromise. The Maple Leafs' decision to implement an internal salary cap reflects a broader shift in their team-building philosophy. After years of prioritizing top-end talent with hefty contracts, the organization appears determined to strike a balance between superstar contracts and depth throughout the roster. This strategy aims to avoid the pitfalls of past seasons, where a lack of financial flexibility often left the team vulnerable in critical playoff moments. For Mitch Marner, this shift creates a unique challenge. On one hand, his value to the Leafs is undeniable. A consistent top scorer and elite playmaker, Marner has been instrumental in driving the team's offense. On the other hand, his ability to command a salary that rivals or exceeds Auston Matthews could put the Leafs in a difficult position, especially with a potential need to strengthen other areas of the roster. As the 2023-24 season progresses, the Leafs must weigh the potential consequences of sticking to their cap philosophy. Losing a homegrown talent like Marner would undoubtedly sting for fans and the organization alike. However, allowing one player to dictate financial terms beyond the team's structure could hinder long-term success and force painful sacrifices elsewhere. Adding to the complexity is the looming free agency of William Nylander. If the Leafs are to stick to their internal salary cap, they may also face challenges in retaining Nylander, who could command a significant raise. Balancing contracts for both Marner and Nylander within the new framework could prove to be the ultimate test for Toronto's management team. Another factor at play is the team's ultimate goal, winning the Stanley Cup. While star players like Marner and Matthews are crucial, history has shown that depth and balanced rosters often prevail in the postseason. If the Leafs fail to manage their finances effectively, they risk falling short of building a championship-caliber team, even with elite talent. For Marner, the decision to stay with the Leafs might come down to more than just dollars. His connection to the city, the fans, and his teammates could be deciding factors. If he prioritizes legacy and loyalty over maximizing earnings, there's a strong possibility that he'll work with the team to find a deal that benefits both parties. Negotiations will also test Darren Ferris, known for his hardline tactics in securing lucrative deals for his clients. While pushing for top dollar is expected, Ferris may need to weigh the risks of alienating the Leafs management and fanbase. A prolonged stalemate could damage Marner's relationship with the team and its supporters. The Leafs management, led by general manager Brad Treliving, faces a pivotal moment. Treliving's reputation as a negotiator and team builder will be on full display as he navigates this high-stakes scenario. Striking the right balance could solidify his tenure in Toronto, while a misstep might set the team back for years. For Maple Leafs fans, the coming months will be filled with anticipation and uncertainty. Marner's future, along with the team's ability to stay competitive under financial constraints, will likely dominate conversations as the season unfolds. Supporters can only hope that the team's new approach leads to greater playoff success and, ultimately, the elusive championship. In the end, the outcome of these negotiations could redefine the Maple Leafs' identity for years to come. Whether it results in retaining Marner or reshaping the roster, the team's commitment to an internal salary cap signals a clear focus on long-term sustainability. Fans will be watching closely, hoping for a resolution that keeps the team's core intact and their championship dreams alive. As the negotiations with Mitch Marner progress, another layer of complexity is added by the external competition in the NHL market. Teams with more cap space and fewer restrictions could easily present lucrative offers to Marner if he reaches free agency. The Leafs are not only negotiating with Marner but also indirectly competing with other franchises willing to outbid them for his services. One example of this is Mikko Rantanen, whose potential $14 million value on the open market highlights the growing demand for elite wingers. If Rantanen secures such a deal, it could set a precedent that Marner's camp would use as leverage. The Leafs, however, must remain disciplined, as breaking their internal salary cap for Marner could lead to similar demands from other key players down the line. The looming specter of free agency means the Leafs have a limited window to strike a deal. If negotiations drag on into the off-season, the leverage shifts heavily in favor of Marner and his agent. Darren Ferris, known for his strategic patience, could use this to push for maximum value, putting even greater pressure on the Leafs management to make a decision. This scenario also places significant pressure on head coach Sheldon Keefe. Managing a team amid ongoing contract uncertainty can disrupt chemistry and focus. Keefe will need to ensure that the team remains united and focused on their performance, even as the media and fans speculate about Marner's future. Meanwhile, the Leafs core group, including Auston Matthews, Morgan Rielly, and John Tavares, will likely play a role in influencing Marner's decision. The camaraderie among the players and their collective drive for a championship could persuade Marner to accept a deal that aligns with the team's financial structure. On the flip side, the Leafs could explore contingency plans if a deal with Marner doesn't materialize. Trading Marner would be a bold move, but it could bring significant assets in return, potentially bolstering the team in areas like defense or secondary scoring. This option, while unpopular with fans, might be necessary to maintain roster balance. The timing of these decisions is also critical. With the trade deadline months away, the Leafs must assess whether keeping Marner without an extension risks losing him for nothing in free agency. A preemptive trade could avoid this scenario, but it would also signal a significant shift in the team's short-term goals. Fan sentiment will undoubtedly influence the team's approach. Marner is not just an exceptional player, he's a fan favorite and a symbol of homegrown talent succeeding in Toronto. Losing him could lead to backlash, especially if the team struggles in the aftermath of his departure. The broader NHL landscape also plays a role. As other teams navigate their own salary cap challenges, the Leafs can learn from their successes and failures. Organizations like the Tampa Bay Lightning and Vegas Golden Knights have shown the value of balancing star power with depth, offering a potential blueprint for Toronto's future.